Imagine you allow somebody you don't know to come over to your house for dinner. They come in, they enjoy your nice, beautiful interior design, your scenery. They sit on your couch, they drink some of your nice wine. All of these things that you have in your home, they're benefiting from it because, let's face it, you've worked hard for what you have and you're nice and kind enough to support them. You know, they might not even be the best of guests, you know, they may ask for this and ask for that, but you want to make sure that that individual has a good time. The next day, you find out that that person is insulting you to some of your friends for no reason after you have allowed that person to come into your house and get a meal when that person may not have had another alternative. How would you feel? Rewind! That's how some African Americans, #FBA, may feel when it comes to certain black immigrants. Now, of course, we don't open our door literally for everybody, for anyone to be honest, but the opening of the door was the transatlantic slave trade, and our community fought so hard for not only the rights of ourselves, but for other blacks. And of course, you know, you're gonna always roast people and have some differences of opinions, but a lot of the Africans and Caribbeans, they're able to participate and benefit from what African Americans have done because of the struggle. Many of them can become minorities. They are now qualifying for the same things that we get as African Americans. And hey, they didn't have to put in any effort into that as African immigrants. They came over to America by choice. Most of us ancestors came over by slave ship. But imagine that these particular groups of people, some of them have some level of animosity toward the blacks that are still supporting them. Fast forward! There's a story this lady exposed out of Newark, New Jersey at a hair braiding salon. Stop the show. The name is Dee Dee's Braiding Salon. Okay, we want to make sure that y'all ladies know what's going on. And this salon is owned by French Africans, okay? Or Africans from, you know, that part of Francophone Africa, wherever that country may be. And a lot of African American sisters go in and support this particular business. But check out what happens.
You know what? Right is right and wrong is wrong, okay? Now, y'all need to really be careful with going to these hair braiders. I'm African to the core. I will always respect my people. Always respect where I'm from, but also these hair braiding salons need to understand that you make your money off of majority American women. Like, you're in America, you make your money here. So for y'all to be sitting there talking about people, saying whatever you want to say about people and thinking, oh, they won't understand, so I could talk my and then smile in their face and overcharge them, meanwhile y'all talking mad in French and other African languages. Like, you never know who understands like the y'all saying. I go into this Dee Dee's hair braiding in Newark, New Jersey, okay? And I speak full-blown, understand French. Now, I don't sound like I speak French. I sound American. I look American, if you will, right? Whatever. So I come in there. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, right, with my hair. I was stuck between cornrows, knotless braids, and then like the boho knotless. And I have like the hair for the boho knotless. So I come in there and I'm like, oh, you know, do you know how to do cornrows? Everybody doesn't know how to do cornrows. She like, yeah, I know how to do it. And I show her picture on the Instagram. She like, yeah, I did that. One of the girls is like, yeah, I did that. I'm like, oh, you did this? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. While I'm asking this, she's saying in French to the other lady, oh, I didn't do it, but whatever. She doesn't need to know that. I don't even like doing cornrows. I don't even know how to do cornrows, but I'm going to do whatever on her head.
That's right. Can you believe it? This lady, who they thought she was not even an African herself, they thought she was maybe an African American, they were willing to overcharge her and treat her like trash, even though, you know, hey, black Americans are the reasons why they're even over there, and they're trying to still get over. This is not every African, but this was exposed. And let's go into another conversation. Reparations. Reparations is a very big conversation that a lot of non-blacks tend to have an opinion on that To us as African Americans, it's pejorative. We understand the slave trade and the impact that it had on us. Not only that, but the land that was stolen from us, the Freedmen's Bureau and things like that. A lot of the things that negatively impacted our community, all the wealth that was stolen outside of being a slave and being mistreated during slavery, Jim Crow, and other forms of racism. And then you still have people who talk about reparations like this.
There's a lot of stuff happening right here in this historic building behind me, also known as the California State Capitol. Right now, Democrats in this building are trying to ram through a bill that would establish a fund in the state treasury for reparations. The Reparations Task Force's recommendation is that African Americans in the state of California receive $800 billion in taxpayer-funded reparations. That'll be $1.2 million each. Senate Bill 1331, which would be the first step to getting this to happen, just passed out of the Assembly Appropriations Committee. That means once they can get it through the Assembly floor and to the governor for a signature, it becomes law. That's what State Senator Stephen Bradford wants to do. He wants California to take responsibility for discriminatory policies against African Americans, for slavery, for all these different things and all these different injustices that happened in our past. But let me remind everybody once again that California was a free state, and with the big budget deficit that we have, how would it make any sense to allow our government to basically multiply its budget by 2.5 times? First of all, they'd have to collect a lot of taxes to do this, and then how do we know it's going to get sent to the right place? Because with everything else, they're always messing up.
But that's not all. I recently come across this clip from guess who? Drum roll, please! Fresh and Fit.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
These are two black immigrants who come from, I don't want to use this term, let's just say third world nations, impoverished nations. And again, this is no disrespect to their individual nations, because their nations are not saying this. Is these guys who came over from another place because their own home country could not support them. Literally Fresh, I believe, came from Barbados, but he still sends his mother money back home simply because his country didn't have any opportunities for him. But what you're about to hear them talk about today with reparations is despicable.
Bro, reparations are for retards, okay? Black people need to just stop being lazy. You're not gonna get a handout, okay? We're not gonna give you your reparations, because guess who's gonna have to pay for that? The middle class is gonna have to pay for it. Yes. Now, let's keep it 1,000. You didn't get your reparations. What you gonna do with it? You gonna buy a bunch of some Jordans, some drugs, some weed.
They're gonna buy some weed.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
What good, my
You gonna buy some Fendi. You gonna buy some
guns.
You gonna buy some guns.
Rob.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna spend the money and invest.
Go back to jail.
Majority are gonna do criminal.
Yep, 100%.
Come on, man. Let's keep it $1 million. Let's keep it
some
all the way $1 million.
Buy some rims. Oh yeah, look at that spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that spin.
Stupid, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
Man, just give me a handout, man.
Listen,
so I could go do shit.
I tried for like 6 months. Retarded. Retarded, bro. Yo, listen, man.
The big monkey chains and all that.
I tried that. Retarded. I was trying to assimilate to these fucking man. That's ass, dog. Yo. Okay, I know I can't speak. But like, what's good, bro? Yo, let's go. I was like, what'd you say? Like, you high on lean and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yo, you want some? I'm like, no.
Mumbling and shit.
Bro, it's tough, man. Anyhow, it was fun.
Hey, man, you're not getting your reparations, okay? You stupid. Like, it's not happening, all right? It's not happening.
No, let me just say this. First of all, we all can have our opinions. I live on the continent of Africa, and there are some things I have some strong opinions about, but I'm respectful of the fact that I live someplace else, and that, you know what, I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, and maybe my opinions that I may have can change once I have a level of a better understanding. And that's what I look at, like, well, why do I think about things this way? Maybe I just don't have the level of understanding to comment on that issue. So you want to know what I do? I don't. And if I do think I have a good enough level of understanding, want to know what else I do? I keep it to myself. These people do not need me to come over here and tell them what they do and do not deserve, simply when I'm over here benefiting off of whatever their ancestors fought for. Now, Uganda has come a pretty long ways since even I first come in 2017. And you know what? A lot of the things that I'm able to enjoy in this country as a foreigner, like I said, you know, the high-speed internet got cracking over here. Stop the show, I know. We're used to it, but hey, that was the reason why I was able to stay. And because of that innovation and some of the other things, I'm able to run my whole studio from here. And I didn't have to come in here and set up that infrastructure and do that. The government did that, you know, and they made it possible for me to do what I'm doing and to having the success that I'm having. So, you know, otherwise I couldn't stay here. I'd be back still in Europe. So I'm still appreciative of whatever people have done, even if they weren't doing it for me exactly. It's still an opportunity that I'm benefiting from. So who am I to come over and tell somebody what they don't deserve? The same thing with Myron. Listen, I always tell you guys how so many African Americans helped them when they first started. It was guys like Kevin Samuels that got their channel popping in the first place. A person that is an African American. You wasn't saying that back then when it benefited you. And now you go over here and you got these little fake white friends. You're talking about all that stuff. It's funny that Fresh is commenting, talking about that's Jigga stuff, and you know he doesn't understand why. And bro, you talking about you're not a Jigga. You're out here getting white girls pregnant and Asian girls pregnant, not using any condoms. You're not doing anything to benefit Miami or develop anything. You don't own a business there. You're a dude that's a fake rich broke guy. You don't have any money. You don't have anything you do positive there. And the nerve of you to talk about a group of people that, in fact, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't even be there. And the same thing with Sudan. I don't want to disrespect Sudan, but we already know the issues that Sudan is having right now in that part of Africa. And we all know that you don't want to live there. Why don't you want to live there? And that's just very disrespectful. I can never go to somebody else's country and talk down upon their country, you know, so publicly on a platform and talk about it. Now, do I have some disagreements and things that can be changed? Surely. Are there some things, the way that certain people do business and things, and is there some character flaws in certain things? Oh, yes. Definitely. But am I grateful still? Absolutely. And these guys need to be grateful. And the reason why they are going down is because they're bad people in general. Okay? You guys don't have white friends. You don't have black friends. You don't have anybody you guys like. And nobody likes your ass. But that's why you're, drum roll, please, broke. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy L. Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.